Okay, good evening. Welcome to Hellgate High School. We're thrilled to be here for our first concert of the year involving the wind ensemble and sharing it with the Washington Middle School 8th grade band. My name is Leon Slater. I'm the director of bands here at Hellgate, and I gotta say that as a former Washington band parent, both of my kids went through Washington Middle School. That I know the experience that they're getting with Mr. Tipton is out of this world, and it's just such an awesome time for those kids that are involved. But I have to also say that sitting on the bleachers with someone's knees in my back versus this is just a little different, you know? We feel so fortunate to have this facility, and I need to give one quick shout out. Former band parent who runs all of the sound for the Wilma and the Top Hat actually donated this sound system for the Hellgate Auditorium, and it is a huge success. So thank you to Mike Jones, as you see about the Wilma mixing sound and stuff. That's the guy that donated and installed all this stuff for us. So, I'm going to try and keep my words few and the music frequent. Here we go. Ready, set? Let's do this.
Thanks to Mr. Slater and Hellgate Bands for having us. This is always a treat for us to get out of that gym and get into an auditorium and share some music together. So we had a nice experience this morning. Shared a rehearsal, worked on a really challenging and fun Montana piece of music this morning. And these guys got to have a little taste of the high school experience and interact with some future classmates. And what a treat that was. So we're looking forward to sharing that with you later this evening. That piece was Portrait of a Clown by one of the masters in the band world of composition, Frank Kelly. And it was fun to come out of the marching season, sit down, dig in. This gives us a good goal. And we always enjoy being here. So we're going to share another piece of music with you before we do our quick swap of the stage. And this is David Schaefer's Andromeda. Pretty heavy piece of music. It's really challenged us in a lot of different ways and given us a lot of excitement and goals and challenges, all sorts of fun stuff to work on. So we hope you enjoy it. David Schaefer's Andromeda.
front of you here is is Jazz One here at Hellgate. We meet every day as a class during 7th period, and they just got off of a trip to Livingston, Montana, where they had brought in the Director of Jazz Studies. We're getting a little feedback up here. Director of Jazz Studies from the Eastman School of Music, and the Director of Jazz Studies from Northwestern University, which is actually my alma mater in just outside of Chicago. So these guys got to work with them and hear some other bands and do some clinics and all that kind of stuff. So on Monday, it's the first chance that we had gotten to get back together. We dove into our next new project and transcribed a piece of music by the Youngblood Brass Band. They're a group out of Madison, Wisconsin. They do New Orleans style brass band music. We actually had them here at Hellgate about 4 or 5 years ago, and we're working on getting them back here next fall in October. But what you'll witness here has been all done by ear and discussion and committee, and even our arrangement we changed up just a little bit today, and from memory. So here we go. Are you ready?
VIP by the Youngblood Brass Band. 1, 2,
Marilyn Walker on trombone. So we also have a Jazz 2 at Hellgate. It's a full big band, and they meet during zero period, which is at 6:50 in the morning. So we meet at 6:50, start rehearsal at 6:55, and go until 7:35 or 7:40, and they jump into their full day of classes. So super motivated kiddos, and as you can see, to do that in rehearsals and a couple of other things, we did that in the last 3 days, and then just did our run through today. So all from memory, you know, transcribing off the record. Very talented kids. Let's hear that one more time from Dad and Mom. So we'll get centered, and then we'll be off and running with Rosano Galante's Rays of the Sun. top of 3 groups here at Hellgate High School. This is a 48-member group, kind of the auditioned top of our band program. It has freshmen through seniors, and our second band is called Symphonic Band or Advanced Band, and it's 50 people. It normally hovers between 50 and 60 folks, and that has freshmen through seniors as well. And then we have our intermediate band, which is concert band. That's the normal kind of beginning level for freshmen, but all freshmen are invited to audition and attempt to get into all the various levels so that we find a band that fits their ability level and where they're going to grow and feel comfortable. I'm actually going to have a couple of seniors just talk about their experience on transitioning from 8th grade into Hellgate as a freshman. And while they're coming forward to chat at you, I will ask, please come forward. I will ask that if you are inside of our school boundaries to come to Hellgate, you're in like Flynn, and we would love to have you. If you're outside of our attendance boundaries, they're going to have a process where you apply to come to Hellgate, and we have a waiting list every year. The selection process is normally the earliest you get your application in, the better off you are, and it always helps if you're a musician, if you will let Mr. Tipton know that you're out of boundary and that you're going to apply, and then I can send an email and double check that everything is good for you getting in here at Hellgate. All right, so I introduced Will Yonchevsky, who obviously was the sousaphone player for the brass band thing, and plays tuba back here in the back of the wind ensemble.
I also play jazz, trombone, jazz band, bass trombone. So I'm just going to tell you guys some of the stuff that Hellgate offers. And if you're in this activity, please stand up. So the first one is band. So, band. And then BPA. If you're in BPA, stand up. Cheerleading. Dance team. Anybody dancing? No. Flagship. Key club. If you're in Lance. Math team. Model UN. And National Honor Society. Orchestra. Anybody? Yeah? Yep. MYS. Missouri, yeah, that's MYS is Missouri Youth Symphony, which is a group of orchestra people and some band people from Hellgate, Sentinel, and Big Sky, and homeschool. Anybody in robotics? Robotics? Yeah. SAVE. Speech and debate. Student government. Thespians. Yearbook? Anybody using yearbook? Sweet. Okay, now we're going to do sports. Basketball? What? Cross country? Football? Ultimate frisbee? Golf? Anybody in the Hellgate Booster Club? Alright, choir? Alright, did I miss any? Curling? Soccer? Track and field? Tennis? Swimming? Wrestling? Anything else? Volleyball and softball? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna introduce Mrs. Hannah Mixell. She's trumpet player.
So obviously, you're able to stay involved in a lot of different activities, even while you're in one of the top bands in the state of Montana. So, stay involved.
Hi, my name's Hannah. I am a senior. I'm in jazz band and wind ensemble as classes, and then I do 3 or 4 extracurricular things. So music is really important for everybody. It's a form of communication that's not limited by language. Everyone can play music. Everyone is able to do that. And so I just really want to encourage everyone to stay involved. And if you're not like totally comfortable doing it, then just like put yourself out there, get outside your comfort zone, and join extracurricular things because they offer opportunities that are like different from your current class. So like we have a brass band, there's Missoula Youth Symphony, like I said earlier. There's pep band. Pep band is so much fun. Everyone do pep band.
Hi guys, I'm Ali Hi. I'm a senior here, I guess obviously. And I am a flute player / flute player. In my sophomore year, Slater asked me, or the end of my freshman year, Slater asked me to pick up trombone for a jazz band. And I was like, you know, why not? That's cool. But I'm really glad I did, even though I'm still not the best. It's really fun, and jazz band is actually one of the best groups of people you can associate yourself with. And some of my best friends have actually come from meeting them in jazz band, and yeah.
I'm Brooke Riley, and I'm also a senior, coincidentally. And when I was going to high school, I was in the Sentinel District, so if you're in the Sentinel District, you can still go to Hellgate. And I did competitive cheerleading and high school cheerleading and band for about 2 years, and now I'm just in high school and band. But it is possible to do even competitive sports. I traveled all over the Northwest and was still able to be in the band, and All-State, and All-Stars, and Nationals. And yeah, you can do everything. Don't be limited by your choices.
Thank you. All of these people are really great upstage, and I've known since my freshman year, and have been a really great support system, and also just always there for me. So just a quick shout out, applause for them, guys. This band has done so much for me as a human being, inside and outside. Has grown me as an individual, and that is mostly to the direction of Leon Slater. He is. Whether he likes it or not. Sometimes he's sick, sometimes he's not, but he works with us. He deals with us. Sometimes it's very frustrating for him, and I can see it in his face. I'm like, hey Slater, we're gonna make it through this day, it's gonna be great. But I would just say, no matter where you are as a musician or just as an individual, that you should definitely stay involved in any type of music. That doesn't have to be band. That could be singing on your own. That could be anything. Like, it's just stay involved and stay in the arts, because that's going to grow you as an individual and make you feel more open-minded and different thoughts. So that's all I have to say. Can we just give one more applause to the band and everybody on the stage?
One more thing. My transition to middle school to Hellgate was kind of rough, but I met all these amazing people. So don't be afraid to come up to us and be like, hey, you guys want to hang out? Because we're totally up for that. We love meeting new people, and we don't bite.
So wherever you end up going to high school in Missoula County, you really cannot go wrong by staying involved in our music programs. All the schools have great programs, and I know that my colleagues, Mr. Nelson at Sentinel and Mr. Docknell at Big Sky, are doing great things at their house as well. So please stay involved. We are ready. This next piece is written by a young American composer that has taken the world by storm. He's known all around the globe for his choir music. He actually has an ensemble that people from around the globe audition for. It's called the Virtual Choir. And they each record their parts individually from around the world, and they submit them and they mix them all together and give concerts via the web. He has also written music for orchestras and obviously wind band, but normally his big format is originally writing for choir, and you'll hear choral aspects in this next piece. So I invite you to join me in just envisioning and remembering what we just experienced in the glorious fall around with all of our beautiful trees here in Missoula. This is Eric Whitaker's October.
I forgot to share that this is not only just a reflection about the beauty of October, but sharing memories with a loved one that surround the warmness of fall.
So I have to just tell you that about, I don't know, what is today? It's Thursday. Okay, so about a week and a half ago, my sister's husband passed away. Dear friend, like a brother to me, and we were rehearsing this piece when I got the call. And, I think that will probably always be embedded in my memory and associated with this piece. But I mention this because I've been gone for a week, and these guys worked this piece and the previous piece up pretty much on their own in sectionals, and then worked with a sub trying to get things together. And then I came back in the last 3 days. Aren't they amazing? So I still say this every day. I am such a lucky guy. Because I work with the best people on the planet, you know that? And it is a very joyous occasion to come to work. I'm not sick all that often. I just look sick. That's normal though. Hey, listen, did you enjoy the oboe solo at the beginning? Isn't that awesome? I just have to tell you, Washington middle school student last year sitting right here, and now he's up here. That's a freshman. And also Eleanor Service back on the euphonium solo in the middle. Wasn't that beautiful? Okay, are you guys ready? You're in for a treat. This is the way this piece should be done. It's the first time we've ever done this piece in a mass band. These guys are going to get set in their places, and then we are loading the stage from the back to the front. Okay? Just like we did today. So here we go. Trombones and euphonium, Barry sax. Come on up, please, along with bassoons. So I'm going to just read so you kind of know where this piece came from and some of the history behind the piece. Buffalo Jump Ritual was written for the Montana All-State Band. Daniel Buckvich was commissioned to write a piece playable by and accessible to most modern Montana school bands with a Montana theme. The title is derived from the ancient American Indian practice of driving herds of buffalo over a cliff when hunting for large quantities of meat. After weeks spent locating and herding the buffalo, and prior to initiating the stampede that would lead them over the cliff, a ritual was performed in which the tribal elders or medicine men would hit rocks together and chant softly. Refer to these as heart rocks. The two main buffalo jumps in the state of Montana, one is near Bozeman, it's the Madison Buffalo Jump, and the other one is just south of Great Falls in Ulm, Montana. And this piece also touches on just the reverence for the life that the buffalo brought to the people. From John Langdeer Sioux, quote about the buffalo. The buffalo is a part of us, his flesh and blood being absorbed by us until it became our own flesh and blood. Our clothing, our teepees, everything we needed for life came from the buffalo's body. It was hard to say where the animal ended and the man began. This piece of music is not only a tribute to their way of life, but also just a reenactment of an actual buffalo jump. So I hope you'll join us with Daniel Buckvich's Buffalo Jump. I forgot to mention that Daniel Buckvich is actually from Butte. He's a Montana composer and works as a professor at the University of Idaho. With the 8th graders on stage here, Mr. Tipton. Let's give him a round of applause. This piece was a new one for us, putting it together with 8th grade, and man, it's a powerful piece, isn't it? Especially with this many people, when we come together, you know? It's so powerful. Thank you all for spending your evening with us. Thank you and have a great night. Good night.